Good morning guys, and a warm welcome to Alan's Allotment. It's the 10th of October 2020. So I was going to give you a little bit of an update guys. So you may have already seen some of the other videos I've put up on YouTube, and if you haven't, I'm going to put a link up in the top corner there around health issues and whether you can actually stop smoking taking Champix. And it's all about stopping smoking basically, which is what's killing me. But this side of the things is all about the allotment. So I'm pleased to say I'm feeling a little bit better. If you've watched the other video, you'll see how bad things got. Okay, but I'm pleased to say that I'm feeling a little bit better. I still don't have any energy, and I still don't, and I still get out of breath regularly. But since taking the inhalers every single day now, things are slightly better. I've also started taking vitamin B, which was recommended to me by Teresa. I believe her husband takes them, and it made a massive improvement for her husband, so we've given this a go. I've only been taking them about a week. It's hard to say whether they're doing anything or not, but I'm certainly brighter in spirit, I suppose. Then I still don't have the energy levels yet, but I'm brighter in spirit. So we're up at the allotment. We've fed and watered the pigeons. We've done the chickens. So it transpires from last week. I think on one of the videos, which is still to go up there yet, one of the frill stencils eggs had hatched. In fact, yeah, it did. It hatched, and then 3 days later, the second one hatched. It was really strange. Now, the female that white bar cock was paired to is, she's actually inexperienced. That's her very first egg she's ever laid. And I think what's happened here is she started sitting the first egg. Now, pigeons don't normally sit on the first egg. They lay it, and they might stand over the egg, just stand over it, but not actually sit it. And they don't start to fully incubate until the second egg's laid. So they lay one, they miss a day, then they lay the second one, then they start to incubate. So strangely enough, this other youngster did hatch, but it was like 2-3 days behind the other one, and there was a massive difference in size. And I thought, this is never going to survive, because it looked like a weakling, and they're just going to say, well, we'll just feed the biggest one. So as it happens, the fantails were all sitting on pot eggs, but they were due to hatch, but I threw all their eggs out, and they'd actually gone past the date. So what I'd done was I took the smallest youngster off, and I put him under one of the pairs of fantails, and they took to it instantly and started to feed it. So I thought that'll give it its best possible chance. The moral of the story is, anyways, unfortunately that youngster died 2 days later. They were looking after it, it had food in its crop and all the rest of it, but it just did look weakly, and unfortunately it didn't survive. So we still have the one youngster off the white bar cock paired back to his daughter, who is an F1 pigeon. So he is the father of the daughter, so she carries the frill stencil gene. So the youngster just looks black at the moment. It's hard to see whether it's going to have any white in it at all, but it won't even show that until it gets through the molt anyways, as a rule, if it's going to display any white at all. Now, the good news is, since last weekend I came up, and this weekend, Kenny's been feeding the birds through the week for me, and it looks like about 2 days ago, by the size of them, the other two off the frill stencil check, the new one, the new bird that I bought in, paired to the white bar's other daughter. They've now got 2 youngsters, and they seem to be thriving quite well. I haven't been in and disturbed them or anything like that, so we'll just leave them for a couple of days, because I know they won't need rings for at least another 2 days. I'll maybe do a check on them just before I go home, tomorrow being Sunday. So, yeah, we're up at the allotment, we're fed and watered and all the rest of it. Excuse me. I'm going to basically try and have a little go in the greenhouse today, the Pollytunnel. And I'm going to start stripping that down and getting it back and everything ready for winter now, because we've had as many tomatoes and cucumbers out of there as we can possibly we're just sick of eating tomatoes and cucumbers, and I've still got a half a carrier bag full of tomatoes down home. I will probably take the best of them off the trusses that's left, and I might just hang them over the wires just to finish ripening off, and that's probably it. Anyways, I'm babbling on for now, guys. If you're new to this channel, please do think about hitting the subscribe button and then the little bell icon on the right, and you'll see everything that we do here at Alan's Allotment. The videos have been slow going of late, and I apologise for that, but obviously my health takes priority and I've had to cater to that side of things first. I still don't have a lot of energy, so there won't be a great deal getting done. However, whatever little we do get done, we'll keep you updated just to keep you in the loop of what's going on. So today, as I say, I'm going to have a little go in the greenhouse and see if I can get a little bit done in there, and in the polytunnel, and try to start getting things ready for winter down in the polytunnel. I'll just potter in there and see how far we get down the line. So I'll catch you later, guys. Just been looking here, guys. I meant to say as well, these strawberries that we planted earlier, that we only have in pots all year, I've still never got to get strawberry beds made yet. But just to let you know that these things are actually still fruiting. We've had loads and loads of fruit off these, and as you can see, they're still fruiting. Obviously they're starting to feel the winter now, they're starting to redden on the leaves and one thing and another, but they are still fruiting, albeit some better than others. That one's actually gone back, but you can see they're actually still fruiting and still healthy, mostly. Yeah, but yeah, just to let you know, they're actually still fruiting. They've been fruiting all year, these strawberries. So they've done really well. I've actually got a few leeks there. I might actually just drop in this polytunnel, just to see if we get anything, even if they only turn out very small. We'll wait and see. Right, so we came back out and we've had a good go in the polytunnel, and I'm delighted to say I've got done what I wanted done today. So we'll give you a look in here now, and you'll see things are much smarter in here now, and that makes me feel better as well, guys. So what we've done, obviously the peppers are really showing signs of not liking being pulled out the ground, but potentially, as long as I keep them watered sort of every other day, so they may make a full recovery. I don't know. Worst case scenario, they end up in the compost bin, guys, but we're just going to see if you can continue to grow them on. Now we've got the windows back in the polytunnel, and bring the temperature up a little bit, just to see if we can get them to, as you can see, they do, one or two of them do still have peppers on, one or two small peppers, but they're also still flowering. So it's worth a shot just to see if we can't get them done. But these are the other three we've just done now, and I've sort of just kept them all down this end of the bed. So we've got some nice clear bed again here now, with the exception of the chilli plant, which is staying put. I decided we would put the aubergine in, just to see if we can get a last burst out of that and get something actually out of that plant. Again, worst case scenario, it gets pulled up and goes on the compost. Just an experiment, guys. To be honest, it got neglected when my health started to deteriorate. Everything got neglected in here, guys. So it's survived this long. We'll give it another go and see if it does. What I'm probably going to do, hopefully tomorrow, depending how I feel, is I'm sort of going to scrape all of this bed back into a mound up here, and I'm going to start and put the cow manure in the bottom of there, and then throw the compost back on top of the cow manure and move myself down the bed. build this bed up and also feed it. And likewise with this side, guys. So we're going to try and do the same thing. We're going to sort of scrape this back. So far a bed of cow manure, and then mount it back up. I'm going to put some of this bone meal in as well, a bit of bone meal, and then we're going to just leave it to settle a little while, and then hopefully we'll think about in the next week or two putting a few radish in, a couple of onions and some lettuces, and see if we can get some little winter crop out of this. I'm not going to go mad, because I realise that 2 or 3 lettuces will do myself and Louise probably all winter if they do survive, but we're going to try a couple just to see what happens, guys. So we might as well try and use this whilst you've got that few degrees higher than outside temperatures, so we'll see what we can do. But lettuces will thrive in cold climates, actually better than in hot climates. So yeah, they should be fine in here. They'll just be protected from the wind and the real bad downpours and things like that. So we might get something in here, and at least birds can't get in here and what have you to dig them out and pull the onions. And let's just wait and see what happens, guys. But so for today, I'm absolutely delighted, as you can see. That's a great jobbed, as I say. We've got the peppers down there. They either will survive or they'll die. We'll just wait and see, monitor them and see how they go. We'll give them a week or so to see if they recover, and we'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, they go over in the compost bin and we get that bit of bed back and we can use that for other crops. Right, guys, I'm going in for a cup of coffee because I'm getting a bit of a bad head now, so I haven't been drinking too much today, so I'm going in for a cup of coffee. I'll catch you in the shed. Right, guys, it suddenly dawned on me as well, as I say, when I mentioned about selling the birds, Teresa had actually give me a good idea, which why I didn't think of it sooner I don't really know. For anybody who may be interested in starting up pigeons and they've got the bug, have pigeons and are looking for stock birds, etc., I'm going to put the link down to my website in the comments section below. And all you'll need to do is just click on that link and that'll take you straight to my website. So there are other people that actually advertise birds on my site as well. So if it's anything that you're looking for on that belongs to me, my user ID on that website is Cumbria Pigeons. Anything that's listed as by Cumbria Pigeons are my birds. Any other birds, if you're interested in, you'll need to deal with that particular individual that is selling their birds. So yeah, there'll be a link in the bottom down in the description field there, and all you'll need to do is just click on that link and that'll take you straight to my website and you can have a look at the birds that's for sale, guys. Thanks for watching. Right, guys, so I'm just back in the shed having another cup of coffee. Getting a little bit of a bad head now because I haven't been drinking enough, stupidly. Anyways, I'm having one now. Right, so you'll see I made quite a bit of progress in the polytunnel there. And I'm delighted because it's another step closer, isn't it? Like I said, most people would have been able to do that in an hour or so, but it's just the way things are now, and I've accepted it, and we just pottle on the best we can. Basically, got that all prepared now. Like I said, the peppers will either survive or they'll die. We'll just wait and see how that pans out. It's no big deal if they do. We've had a good crop off them. We can't complain. But if we can keep them going, we will. It just saves me planting more next year because we'll just be able to keep those continuing. And because they'll be mature plants, they'll continue to fruit. That's the theory. Anyways, guys, so a bit of an update on the pigeons since the last video. I think the last time I'd mentioned on the video I'd sold approximately 40 pigeons. Well, since then, I've sold more. I've had a few more people sign up on the website, and I've sold about another 12 or 14, I think. So it's not a massive amount, but it's bringing the numbers down nicely. And again, it all helps with the workload. So it's really, really good. It's positive, and I'm still getting new people making inquiries all the time. There's 2 to actually go with the courier this week at some point. Now Kenny normally boxes the birds up for me and gets the cuddy to go to his house because I'd be working, and collect them from there, and I just give him a little bit extra at the end of the week for doing that. So there is another couple to go this week so far. There might be a few more before Tuesday, which is the cut-off day for booking a courier, but we'll wait and see how that goes, guys. So yeah, the numbers are coming down quite nicely. I'd still like them to come down quicker than they are, and I still have quite a number to go, but one wasn't built in a day, and I've stuck to my guns, and as I say, basically the numbers are going now, so I'm pleased with that as well. The garden area, I haven't been over there today at all, but you'll remember from some of the other videos I'd made a start on the greenhouse, and we got the actual frame done, we got the wooden structure up, and we actually got the roof on. I can see from where I'm at in the Pollytunnel that the greenhouse is still standing, in spite of some of the gills that we've had lately. So that's a good thing. We might have a quick bit of a look over there tomorrow, depending on the weather and depending on how I feel and whether I feel motivated to do anything or have any energy to do anything at all. So that's just a bit of a roundup on the Pollytunnel and with the birds. Like I said, I've kept the health side videos in separate videos, guys, and they're going to be labelled something like, do Champix actually help you stop smoking? And that is something I must do if I'm to feel any better at all. I'm my own worst enemy. It's self-inflicted, and I need to do something about it, basically, and that's what I'm trying to do. But that aside, back to the allotment side of things. Hopefully, in the next week or two, I'm going to have a bit more energy. Hopefully, we will have made an attempt at trying to stop smoking again, and my health might improve, and then we'll be able to get a little bit more done, guys. So for now, thanks for watching. Stay safe, be practical, and keep yourselves out of harm's way. And we'll see you in the next video.